Welcome to the Big Biz Show, featuring insight, analysis, and a lot of stuff that's none of your business.
Hold on. This is the Big Biz Show. I think it is their business.
Making the markets work for you. Here's the man with the plan, Sully.
Yeah, we're changing that. We are completely changing that.
Please.
Well,
Please.
The reason is that all the other intros we have had to be in rusty nails.
Okay.
This is the only one. I think it's one of the times I fired Russ or something. No, I'm not kidding. Great to have you along today. How was everyone's weekend as we start yet a new week and another Padre loss?
You know, in the Costa household, we're not going out for. We're trying to cut down fast food as a whole, but we're not spending so much money going through drive-thrus and things like that. So I finally broke down and bought the Blackstone Griddle grill.
Oh,
kind of like
no
the
kidding.
big flat top.
Yeah. So instead of going out and spending a few $100s a month on fast food, he bought the $700.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It'll eventually pay for itself by switching the way of economics. But,
Is that what you told your wife?
yeah. But I want to master an In-N-Out hamburger patty on this thing, so I can make my own In-N-Out burger instead of driving through to get them. I want to start
What? Now, why didn't
making
you?
my own.
Here's my question.
Because of the cost.
No, here's my question. Why couldn't you make your own In-N-Out burger before?
Because you try it in a
Frying pan?
frying pan, and it's it doesn't.
Because you want to fry it outside versus fry it inside.
Yes, yeah. Also save grease and all that crap on the.
Well, I mean, isn't that what it's? Do you make what do you cook at home or you mostly eat out?
I do both. I do
You
a
do.
lot of eating out.
So what are the girls?
But I do make some hamburgers.
What do the girls like for? I mean, would you go out and buy, for example, what's it called again, Mike?
The Blackstone Grill.
Blackstone.
No, I would not.
Yeah. Look at that.
Absolutely not. No.
Now,
No, I have a barbecue that's been on my patio for
You haven't
years.
opened it up?
No, it's
Come on.
covered in dust. Swear to God.
you would love it.
Yeah.
By the way, do you know? Can you pull that thing up again? Do you know what that reminds me of? And
What?
Greg's gonna love this.
Let's hear it.
What's our Mexican place we go to?
Oh, Mexico Viejo.
This guy's like a Benihana with the.
Yes.
I'm not he's like. With the spatula.
The long spatula.
The spatulas.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh,
I get so much satisfaction watching him, and he
Yep.
goes to the edge of it, so he gets all of it, right?
Yep.
And there's
Dumps it in
nothing small in the crease,
No.
right?
No.
So
And those things are normally
by the way,
immaculate.
me and Greg will have these in our house before the next weekend.
Oh, for sure.
But you can do carne asada, you can do burgers, you can do an omelet if you want, hash browns.
All of
Come
the
out
things,
perfectly.
you know what's really great is all the things you can do on an indoor stove for $799. Did you get the one that?
My wife's watching.
Can I ask
We are
you?
calling you lunch.
Can I ask you about the? Have you seen the egg, the smoker?
Sure.
The green egg.
What is
green
that?
egg.
What is the smoking? What are you smoking? Hey, what are you smoking?
Hey, what are you
When you
smoking?
buy one of those things, what are you smoking?
I have a friend who does their Thanksgiving turkey in it every single year.
Smokes a turkey.
What?
Yeah.
Is it all nice smoky smell and salty?
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, you got to put in the smoked chips and
Do you know
the whole
do
deal.
you know what I hate worse than anything?
Smoke,
Somebody give me,
smoke stuff.
Smoke.
Yeah.
Somebody give me some smoked cheese.
Oh,
Smoked
yeah,
Gouda.
smoked
No.
Gouda.
Hot.
Good.
Smoked Gouda is so good.
Oh my!
So Gouda? Hey.
It's, do you know what it is?
Entrees, thank you.
It is. It's the Bacon bits of bacon. You see what I'm saying?
Bacon bits.
Bacon
so
bits were
good.
basically small pieces of styrofoam they took a brown Sharpie,
100%.
each one of them, right?
Bacon
Yeah, yeah.
flavoring or whatever.
Yeah. So
I
that's.
used to eat them though
Oh, who didn't?
on my
I
salad.
would go into the pantry, unscrew the bacon bits thing, and just go.
That was after he had those French fried potatoes in the little canister that you put on the green bean casserole, or those onion strings. Can I tell you what I bought the other day? It's on the pathway back to
A griddle.
No, that's this week though.
That's this week.
After the show.
Yeah.
I purchased on my fitness way back boxing and stuff like that, and my body luckily reacts very quickly to all this stuff. It just like within a week or two, like bam, feel better, look better. I found in one of the guest rooms in the house, somehow someone put some snacks in there, kind of as a.
Oh, like a
Welcome to our place.
What's the one single bag of snack that would make? It's going to make you cry. You will. I know me and Costa are the same bloodline.
Cheez-Its?
Funyuns.
Right? I was gonna say Funyuns.
Look,
Just go on with the show without me.
I know. He's crying now.
Oh,
I
are you
bought-
kidding me? Funyuns
They're-
with the little bacon bits on top?
Loft 100 Studios, the Big Biz Show, and our affiliates and our hosts are not registered investment advisors or broker-dealers.
Our show hosts make no commitment that the purchase of securities of companies profiled or otherwise mentioned in our programming
are suitable or advisable for any person, or that an investment in such securities will be profitable in general.
Given the nature of the company's profile and the lack of an active trading market for the securities, investing is highly speculative and carries a certain high degree of risk.
We profile selected publicly traded and privately held companies on our program.
Most of these companies that we profile have provided compensation to Loft 100 Studios and its hosts for the profile coverage.
From time to time, we sell shares of the companies profiled in the open market that we receive as compensation for coverage of client companies.
But never sell stocks if we are speaking about interviewing or covering a public company who has paid compensation.
Specific questions on compensation can be obtained by contacting producer at sullyandgroup.com.
Listeners should verify all claims and do their own due diligence before investing in any securities mentioned on this program.
Investing in securities is speculative and carries a high degree of risk.
We encourage our investors to invest carefully and read the investor information available at the websites on the
Securities and Exchange Commission at sec.gov and or the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority, FINRA, at www.finra.org.
I like it.
Hey, is that a rescue plane?
Welcome to the Big Biz Show, featuring insight, analysis, and a lot of stuff that's none of your business.
Hold on. This is the Big Biz Show. I think it is their business.
Making the markets work for you. Here's the man with the plan, Sully.
Big Biz Show. Wherever you are, wherever you're listening, appreciate you being along for the ride as always. Men and women of the United States Armed Forces, we are in over 170 countries and all the ships at sea. On the American Forces Network, Costa Mary Godwin, Greg Todorov, and Sully.
You could actually say we're over three countries, right? 170 sounds better, right?
We're all over the world.
We're talking snack food today. Oh. We're talking Funyuns.
I'm starving. Let me in, I'm starving.
Did I tell you?
Augustus.
So if you're just joining us, I was just saying, in one of the guest rooms, somehow there was a little snack thing, a little basket tray.
I want to come stay at your hotel.
Teas. Oh. You know, I'm going, what the hell's this? I sit there, snuggle in the back behind Doritos, Cheez-Its, we'll talk about later. We're Funyuns. Okay? Now, I grabbed those things so fast. And this was at 8 in the morning.
That's commitment.
Yeah. They're right there. Not the Flamin' Hot.
No.
Listen, that ends up with
OG Funyuns.
Yeah, that ends up with a flag. That Flamin' Hot thing.
Not colon friendly.
No, it's not colon friendly. But the onion flavor, so Funyuns. So I was so fired up, I didn't touch them. I held on to them. I put them next to my keys so I wouldn't forget to take them on the road to the show.
Okay.
I think Todorov busted me.
So I walk out into the parking lot. We park next to each other. So of course I'm going to take a gander into his car.
See if there's like some Skittles or
what's
something.
What's he got going on in there? Funyuns on the front seat. I kid you not. If you would have said, I'll give you $1 million if you could guess it, I never would have guessed Funyuns.
He drives a
never would have guessed.
To work every day.
It's like 105 calories per bag. I thought, hey, in my road to fitness, this could be my treat. I saved those things till after the show, and before I hit the frickin' street,
gone.
I'm like,
So
you know,
good.
you like do this thing with the thing?
Oh yeah.
Fantastic.
So good.
Do you remember, Matt is not mic'd, Matt's not mic'd, but Matt, our chief of the boat here in the studio, yelled out bugles.
Yep.
Remember bugles?
Bugle fingernails.
Yeah, you put them on. Yeah.
Now, at the time, and I can't remember what they were, there was three, so remember when Count Chocula came out, Frankenberry and Blueberry?
Yes.
Okay. There were 3 cereals that were introduced at the same time. Bugles were introduced at the same time with 2 other things, and Matt will be the only one that would know what they are when he figures it out. He'll yell. So Bugles came out with 2 other brands. I can't remember what they were at the same time, but there were 2 other snack foods at the same time, and they were so.
It didn't last, or obviously not, because
I think Bugles are still out there.
Bugles are definitely out there.
Yeah. Allegedly, they're still out there.
What is it called?
Allegedly.
Was it allegedly? Where do you guys stand on things like? Big fan of peanut butter stuffed pretzels, bites.
Oh, I love those.
absolutely.
Cannot deal with somebody putting some cheese food product and then selling it in a box. What are those
Oh,
called?
you don't like
Combos?
Crackers?
Combos.
You don't like
I don't
combos?
know, I've never tried one. It just seems like
the
Gotta go
the
combos.
pepperoni combo.
Oh,
You've never
Look
been on a
out.
road trip,
Really?
apparently.
Here's the problem with pepperoni combos. Mike, unfortunately, went to the store and they were out of them, so he bought pepperoni. So for him, he'll eat either. What is your? So my guilty pleasure
Yeah.
is those Funyuns. It is, man.
Yeah.
Like it is. And I'll tell you one other. When we were recording the album at Sonic Ranch in El Paso, Texas, James was a genius. Somebody brought regular, old-fashioned, the kind that Bell Girls lights up and stays lit all day, Fritos.
I was just going to say Frito. That's fine.
It is.
The big scoop.
No.
Oh,
The OG.
Yeah.
No,
the
I
OG.
like the big scoop. And onion dip.
No.
Lipton soup, onion dip, and sour cream.
Who raises their hand for the?
You like that?
Who raises their hand for this one?
Frito-Lay's canned.
Oh,
Canned bean.
No.
Canned bean dip.
Cut the
Come
living
on.
hell out of your hand.
Yeah. But you're
So
like,
good.
and they first of
Oh,
all,
I thought you were talking about Pringles.
No.
Okay.
You like? No, I can't deal with Pringles.
Really?
I like those.
It's just like it would be like fake, like powdered milk or fake
It
mashed
sits on your
potatoes.
tongue, like
A Pringle?
that way.
Who doesn't do that? I don't know.
It's considered the holy wafer of fast food. Pringles are.
Okay, listen, I have to tell you something that I by the way, do we know the ingredients of
Bako Bits?
Yeah, Bako Bits. Hey Siri, what are the ingredients of Bako Bits? Hey Siri, what are the ingredients? Forget it. Somebody look up the ingredients. Maybe.
Never listens.
We're not going to hear bacon.
Do you guys
at all.
remember rice cakes?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was a dietary food.
Yes, right.
It was to fill you
My
up.
daughter just asked me
So you
if I
slathered Miracle Whip on a piece of bologna.
I just got asked from my 16-year-old to buy rice cakes.
Can I give you? Listen.
Didn't eat 'em.
Listen. Can I give you?
Styrofoam.
I need to go to DoorDash here and tell you, because there's a place, and I know they're in more cities than one, is that they have. I accidentally the other night ordered from, I think it was a Chinese place or
Okay.
a Thai place, one of the two.
Right.
And one, it says order, so whatever. It was from, nothing but cakes.
accidentally
Nothing but cakes. 31 flavors. It was called Spicy House, which is another name for grapes.
Yeah.
Guest house in Malibu.
Yeah.
My last order at Spicy House was reorder. I hit reorder. This is so important. They call crispy rice crust. That's what they call it, okay? I accidentally hit the crispy rice crust. Didn't know what it was. They were these little tiny original rice cakes
Oh, wow.
that were sent from heaven.
Really?
Because, first of all, rice cakes blow. These things, you can see the individual granules of rice. They bake them. It was the most fantastic thing. And they've got several sort of flavors. I know Spicy House is in a number of places, in a number of cities.
Yeah.
I will tell you what. Last night, I may or may not have put peanut butter and jelly on top of them. Not really a health food at that point.
Oh.
Took some guacamole to them this morning.
Oh my
I'm not
Lord.
kidding. They were like,
This is the thing, huh?
I don't know if it's the thing. I just actually found it, and I think they have different flavors of them.
There's a lot of restaurants in Asia that will take the ball, they'll put like several balls of rice on a big flat top, and then they'll lower the weight, and it will turn.
That's what it does.
Yeah, it does.
Yes.
It cooks it, kind of burns it, but it's a smashed
is
rice.
delicious.
I think
Instead
I
of a
just had
smash
it.
burger,
It
it's
sounds
like a
good.
smashed rice cake.
They're like this big around.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they're just like
And you can dip them, or you
they're
put
super fragile, but
pokey on them.
That's the
You can do stuff like that.
super fragile.
Yeah.
Can I? So if you're going to have the, let's call it the sate, okay, the good snack food. What would it be?
Oh, good for you?
Hummus and
not good.
crackers.
Okay.
Oh.
And carrots. So we'll do a little charcuterie.
I'll give you that hummus. Yeah, hummus
Or
and some celery sticks.
what's that stuff? The bitchin sauce that's popular
Yeah, exactly
here.
right. Okay, so that's heaven. What is the Satan of snacks, Mike? You know it is.
Oh.
Say it with me. Chicharrones?
Pork rinds.
Pork rinds. That's right.
Yeah. And God bless.
And you love them?
God bless Northgate Gonzalez markets throughout Southern California.
I remember those.
Because you can go in there and literally get a side of king-size chicharron. Yeah.
The band's cracking up.
Hot and spicy. You know what?
Northgate, God love you.
You need to eat those late on a Saturday.
They're so
Sunday's
friggin-
gone.
Oh my God.
Can I ask you what? I've never had one because for me it seems like I'm just going to eat a piece of fat that's been
That's all
fried
it
and
is.
fat.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's almost
pork skin,
Yeah,
isn't it?
Okay.
yeah, it's pork skin.
gosh.
It's pork belly.
So it's pork
skin.
fat fried in, what's the word I'm looking for?
Yeah,
Fat.
fat.
Yeah.
Right.
This is a good thing for you?
It's pork confit. Basically, when you think about it. I tell you what, I'm gonna do. Next time we go to Northgate regularly.
Are you gonna do like a display?
I'm gonna bring in the giant one, and I'm also gonna bring in the bag of just like the little crispy ones.
Okay.
And we'll have a
Let's do a blindfold.
Taste test.
a blindfold
taste test.
Yeah. They're so. Oh my God,
They're
so good. The pork
Think
rinds.
Lunardi's San Francisco has these?
His first name was Sofa. That's all he said.
Right.
They're Sofa good.
They're so good.
They're Sofa good. I believe that this could get us a snack sponsor. If you
Please.
If you work your.
That's what this is all about. I see.
Well, you can now. I mean, allegedly, you
What's
can
the
buy.
name of the market?
Allegedly.
What?
Northgate.
Northgate Gonzalez.
Northgate Gonzalez Big Biz Show.
We love you.
From the
we love you.
Northgate Gonzalez Studios at Loft 100.
It sings.
This show's
It
Doesn't
sings.
it?
Yeah.
All right, coming up next, Rise DasGupta, publicly traded company. We'll see you in a minute.
I'm officially started.
Big Biz Show rolling along live from the Loft 100 studios, sunny Southern California. Costa Mariberg Godwin, our executive producer Greg Todorov, the man with the plan Sully. Meg Gray's here. You guys notice it?
Yes, I do.
I mean, it literally.
Although it's been some of the most beautiful weather, but the morning.
Oh,
Yeah.
great.
And it's
Great.
cold. Chilly at night. Gotta bring your sweater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you grow up with your parents saying that too?
Take a
Gotta bring-
sweater.
Take your sweater.
Come inside, put your
It's true,
sweatshirt
though.
on.
My favorite line is Mike's wife asked for a heavy sweater for Christmas. Mike showed up. Mike showed up.
Lenny the heavy sweater.
He's a heavy, and he sweats.
Yeah,
he's a heavy sweater.
he's a heavy
On this,
God, love you,
just
Mike.
to summate this topic on tipping.
Yep.
There is when's the last time you had full service gasoline?
1976.
When you got your driver's license.
It was a Hess station back east in New Jersey. We don't have it out
Recently?
here.
What is
No.
our?
Do they have it still in the? Really?
What are you paying per gallon for gas?
Five. I'm doing diesel, so I am almost over 6.
No
What are you paying for
way.
ast? 4, 5?
Just
About
something to talk
5,
yesterday.
low 5s. Yep.
They have in an area in San Diego North called, well, it doesn't matter. They have a full service gas station, and the gas there is only $5.75 versus $5.25, 50 cents, but it's full serve.
What?
How are they
Is that a
making
Rancho?
money?
Well, first of all, keep in mind,
They're pumping water into your tank
Yeah.
instead of gas.
first of all, there is a fudge factor at the pumps, not a lot, and most money's made with the oil companies.
Yeah.
They're making their money on chips and soda.
Yeah.
They have an automotive place attached to it. And every car that rolls in there, they get full service gas.
What?
I brought 2 cars there today.
Now, are they cleaning the windshield like they used to?
The whole
the
thing.
whole
No way,
deal.
really?
They come in there
That's been.
with a little rag in their pocket.
Brag in their pocket, whistling.
Mind if I work, boys? How can I help?
Yeah, right. Right.
Jiffy service here.
Yeah.
He rolls in. He goes, "Hey, what's up?" He does. Remember the sound of when you're in the car? Clunk, clunk,
Yes.
right? Have that sound mix, right?
Yeah.
Are they making change with that little thing?
Oh, yes.
Who didn't want one of those as a little boy?
Oh my
Oh,
God.
the
Or, just
chain
or at least
holster.
work it one time, right? Just,
Yeah.
No, and then they've got. Do you know what they have on it? First of all, they don't do the bucket. They use the blue. Remember the blue?
Nice.
The blue.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
With the blue
No, the
paper.
paper.
Yeah.
The paper.
Yes.
Now,
Now,
do you tip them?
$20 every single time.
Yeah.
And do you know why? Because I'm saving no money. I'm usually on the phone with you guys. Honestly.
Oh, okay. So
I can
your
sit
time
there.
is-
I can do it. It's a $20 thing. I think to myself, yeah, I'm probably losing $10 a deal. But I got to tell you, again, I'm very blessed.
Yeah.
At the same time, though, it is so worth it. It is like,
Yeah.
I'm not a manicure, pedicure guy. I'm not a, but I am. But that is my thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Fill her up a little high test.
Yeah.
okay, no. So do you know what their high test is?
What?
Their 100 octane is $11 a gallon. Did it once. Sounded like this. Usually sounds like this.
Yeah.
Raj DasGupta is here. He's going to solve all of our problems in terms of electric cars, phones, and everything else. He, of course, is CEO of a company called Electrovaya. ELVA is their stock symbol, ELVA. And they are in the business of making unique lithium-ion battery technology. And great guy. Love to have him on the air. and I will continue to have them because we always get a great response and a great interview. Raj, good to see you, man. You've been really busy lately, pal.
Good to see you, Sully. I've been enjoying hearing about the price of gas. I unfortunately don't have to pump my cars anymore. So
yeah, exactly. Hey, talk about. I had a couple emails last time talking about cycles and lasting over 10,000 cycles versus 1,000 cycles. What does that mean? I forgot. Maybe you defined that at one point, but I forgot what that meant. I knew that was my first question to you.
Well, what it means is that you're very familiar with your phone, right? So your phone, you use a full charge cycle a day on your phone, right? It goes from 0 to 100 and 100 to 0. That's one cycle. So your phone will do about 1,000 cycles before you probably have to get a new battery or new phone, right? So that's about 2.5 years of life. With an Electrovaya battery, that same battery would last 10 to 14,000 cycles. So
wow. So let me ask you this: are there things that you guys haven't dipped your toe in that could be battery operated that are not yet? I mean, I don't even know what that would be. Would that be an airplane? Would that be a lawnmower? What is the sky truly the limit in this?
The sky is truly the limit. I've been trying to find other applications out there that could use this kind of technology and pay more money for it. So one, I just came back from Australia a couple weeks back, and that was at a mine, right? So at a mine, you got massive trucks, right? These are size of buildings,
right?
And the smallest of them are going through about 1,000 liters of diesel a day. That's
my God! Wow.
So,
so let me pose the question that I always hear on talk radio. Okay, and thankfully I'm not on talk radio anymore. We don't have the infrastructure for a fully electric sort of lifestyle. Tesla's way more than Ford F-150. My analogy is Mike Costa just had a big cup of coffee at Starbucks and a bran muffin. Now he's stuck in traffic on the Golden Gate Bridge with 1,000. Mike's got two problems. The other one is there's 1,000 other Teslas on there. Will the infrastructure hold it? So what do you say to the guys that say we're not ready yet? Or do you think we're enough on the on-ramp where we'll get ready, or we'll be ready? And I'm just giving you one analogy on the automotive side, but the entire infrastructure. Talk to us about that a little bit.
So infrastructure, we're focused on applications which they can manage their own infrastructure. So if you go into a warehouse, they own the infrastructure. They put the chargers up. And the objective is those vehicles move goods 24 hours a day. Companies like Amazon, Walmart, they don't make anything. Their business is moving goods efficiently. So if we can give them a better battery that does that, they're happy to buy it. Same thing at a mine site. Those vehicles don't leave the mine. They stay in the mine. Right now, they have to transport diesel thousands of miles to get to these mining sites.
This is why I would like you need to come in the studio. I could spend an hour.
It's the whole show.
Because it truly is. Everything I'm looking at that's battery operated, I'm no longer afraid of running out of juice. But could you imagine if it wasn't even a thought anymore, which is basically what you guys are providing in some of these applications, correct?
Yeah, and these are applications where they can't electrify right now, right? So these mining vehicles, if you put a standard battery in there, it'll work for a few months, and then its performance will drop, and it'll be dead after a year or so.
I read on that subject. I read a big article I forget it was Golf Digest or something. One of the biggest capital expenditure, not capex, but opex for golf courses, country clubs, is these golf courses with batteries, and the batteries, current batteries, are running $1,500 per golf cart every 6 months. I mean, and that's the same analogy, right?
Yeah, they have to chuck it out because the batteries are
they just don't charge anymore.
Yeah, we're not after the golf cart market.
No, I was just using an analogy the same as the mining market.
Same analogy. You're completely on the.
Before we let you out of here, what makes you bigger, better, faster, stronger than the next guy? You have a big gigafactory that you're building and everything else. What's the latest?
Oh, the latest is we won a nice deal in Japan. So we're partnered with Sumitomo Corporation now.
Love that. That's a big one.
We'll be exporting batteries from the U.S. to Japan. That's like most of history.
When do we get you in studio, man? We get you in here. We need to get to San Diego. It's not a big ask. It's beautiful out here. Come on, bud.
I need to get out there. That's right.
Good to see you, Raj. DasGupta. Electrovaya.
How about the part where he just said, we're going to be sending batteries to Japan? It's like,
ELVA's their stocks, and we'll see you soon.
damn.
Well, then how?
The only boy who could ever teach me was the son of a preacher man.
Ain't no lot to see. All those plans I made for myself, I got nobody else to lean on.
Welcome to everyone joining us to experience stories of resilience, hope, perseverance, and joy.
Move over to a sport chair, basketball wheelchair.
Category of best video are.
We love you guys.
Loft 100 Studios, the Big Biz Show, and our affiliates and our hosts are not registered investment advisors or broker-dealers.
Our show hosts make no commitment that the purchase of securities of companies profiled or otherwise mentioned in our programming
Are suitable or advisable for any person, or that an investment in such securities will be profitable in general.
Given the nature of the company's profile and the lack of an active trading market for the securities, investing is highly speculative and carries a certain high degree of risk.
We profile selected publicly traded and privately held companies on our program.
Most of these companies that we profile have provided compensation to Loft 100 Studios and its hosts for the profile coverage.
From time to time, we sell shares of the companies profiled in the open market that we receive as compensation for coverage of client companies.
But never sell stocks. If we are speaking about interviewing or covering a public company who has paid compensation.
Specific questions on compensation can be obtained by contacting producer at sullyandgroup.com.
Listeners should verify all claims and do their own due diligence before investing in any securities mentioned on this program.
Investing in securities is speculative and carries a high degree of risk.
We encourage our investors to invest carefully and read the investor information available at the websites on the
Securities and Exchange Commission at sec.gov and or the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority, FINRA, at www.finra.org.
I like it.
Hey, is that a rescue plane?
From the Loft 100 Studios, it is the Big Biz Show. Costa is right here. This wonderful lady right there is Mary Bert Godwin. Our executive producer is Greg Todoroff. And that guy right there is Sully.
Don't forget JB on the floor over there, Chloe behind the camera,
Yeah, Maddie.
the day trader trio back there, Jared. There's so everything going on in the control room today. You got Christian on sound, you got Curtis Matovich in there, you got Emmy Award-winning Jared Coleman.
Great family.
New
Look at that
dad.
old school jump studio hat. Damn, look at that.
Dad holding it. Got dark circles under his eyes.
We are brought to you by Prudential. Let Prudential be your rock for retirement. Also brought to you by Bayer Advanced. Better science, better results. Starbucks coffee. Little place on the corner. We got about tip. We have to talk about Bloomin' Brands and their fine family restaurants, as well as Northwest Biotherapeutics. Who is hungry today after talking about? Oh,
Starving.
like who? Okay, after the show, I know what you're doing.
Gonna
You're
have
gonna
some
get a
Funyuns.
No,
Going to give me a big bag of Funyuns.
You're gonna get a burrito, or you're gonna go to Fish 101. You will go to first closest Chevron.
Yeah, it's already plugged into my phone.
Mike buys his suits, by the way, where he buys his wine.
Yeah.
Chevron.
They have great sushi as well.
You can tell from that opening clip where it wouldn't let you.
Do you ever, where do you fill up, first of all?
Whatever's closest.
Okay. Do you go inside and get a little snacky snack?
No.
What is your
Every once in a while. If we're on a weekend away, I do.
You have an electric car. What's your go-to? Slim Jim? Slim Jim?
Oh, when I go in?
Yeah, when you go in. What's your like go-to when you go into?
Oh, Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
Flamin' Hot
Really?
Cheetos.
Yeah,
On a regular basis?
Because you can get the not tiny bag, not giant bag. You can get that medium bag.
The medium bag size.
Going to give you
is good.
You know what
just
kind of
enough
show
red
it would
dye.
be if the Flaming Hot Cheetos were opening for Red Hot Chili Peppers?
I'd go.
So Flaming Hot Cheetos, that's your thing.
Yep, that's my thing.
Do you have a, you know?
By the time I get home, absolutely.
I
Well,
wipe it on your pants.
And crack your mouth.
Did your wife say, like, nothing?
Nothing. You know, when I get in trouble, my wife refers to me as Lenny from Mice and Men. So anytime, you know, I'll walk in and she'll say, "What'd you have to eat in the car, Lenny?" I'm all,
That's my new nickname for you.
There's
Cheeto dust on my
I have it on the pants because I wipe it here.
on the
yeah.
pants. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
right here.
Oh yeah, that's
Always,
the place.
always.
Yeah.
And you try to do the lick bath before you get in your fingernails.
The lick back.
Yeah.
That's gonna gross James out. He's not gonna handle the lick back.
Lick bath.
Lick bath.
Is
Germaphobe right there.
Is what would be the healthiest thing? We talked about this before, but I'm just saying
A healthy snack?
Chex Mix. When I'm trying to be healthy, that's what it's not healthy, but that's what I.
Because we talked about the healthiest, like, you know, charcuterie at home with the hummus thing.
Yeah, yeah.
But in a Chevron mini mart, that's what I go to, thinking that it's less bad for me than a bag of Doritos.
The one place I
It's
normally
not.
go has a dried nori, you know, just like the seafood.
I like that.
Those are
not seafood, like seaweed.
Seaweed, sorry.
Oh.
It's yeah, it's not too bad.
It's the wrapper.
The kids like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
That's good.
You get a big chunk of it in your tooth though when it rehydrates.
As long as we're talking about food, what was your J-Mo, what was your go-to cereal in the morning as a kid?
Oh man, there were so many. Captain Crunch.
Captain Crunch?
Oh, I love those. Except
Chips with,
yeah.
Classics.
Roof of the mouth.
Yeah, roof of the mouth. Slice.
Just destroyed you.
Okay.
But I loved it.
Did you pick out the Crunch Berries?
Always. Always.
Save them on the side?
Of course.
You pick out the what?
Crunch berries.
Oh yeah.
But now you can just buy crunch berries.
Can you really?
Absolutely.
What were
The
they
red and
thinking
blue,
back then?
allegedly.
Right. Somebody told me.
What do you do cereal as a kid?
Oh, Fruity Pebbles, dude. Kidding me?
Fruity Pebbles.
Fruity Pebbles.
Is that you, Chloe? What about you?
It was Captain Crunch. Crunch berries. Absolutely.
My mom had Raisin Bran.
I had
at the
freaking
house.
Cheerios.
Oh,
freaking
I like
Cheerios. You would love Cheerios?
Multi-grain Cheerios.
No, they didn't. No, they just had Cheerios. It's like
Cheerios.
your oat cereal.
Would you put processed sugar on them or just eat
Oh,
them
yeah,
straight?
7.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
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 Didn't get enough of that.
And then at the end of the bowl of cereal, you would have your taffy.
No.
Yeah.
I would skim them off the top.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Please, sir, may I have another? I do like Oliver. Please, sir, may I have another? I would do the skim. Now, speaking of which, did your parents ever teach you, like, I was thinking the other day, I made some, I put some soup in the microwave, put out, and, you know, the roof of my mouth sloughed off because it was so hot.
Yes.
Remember your parents? Did you remember her say, "Eat from the edges"?
Yes.
Did you hear that? So, do you have any tips from your parents on? Did you ever get that one when something was too hot? Eat from the edge of the bowl, or
I still haven't had dinner with the Queen where it comes in handy. So,
how many times did you try to how many times did you try to defend that belching after a meal is considered a compliment in Belgium?
and I can never come up with the country on the spot
Belgium. I think
where it's proper.
I don't know. I always said Belgium. Belgium.
I think I used to say like India or
Because
something.
it doesn't exist.
Right. It does. It does. No, that's.
Hey Siri,
please.
when is belching the sign of a compliment after a meal?
Yeah. And
Okay. Oh, see, here. This is what. Is it true that burping in China is a Is it true that burping in Belgium? Is it true? Okay. Global eating etiquette.
Okay.
7
I'm gonna do something. This is kind of gross.
surprising faux pas you shouldn't make.
My mom
in Japan, it's considered rude and gross to put an entire edamame in your mouth and go.
Oh, really? Oh, I love doing that.
James knows this. James is toured
does
Japan.
that.
Everybody does.
I go.
What do you do? How are you supposed to eat it? One at a time?
Yeah.
India, burping isn't considered rude at all. If you burp after a meal, it signifies your enjoyment of the
knew
food.
it was India.
It's on the
I
internet.
knew it was
means
India.
it's
You were
fact.
right that whole time.
Yeah.
It's on the internet. It means, hold on. What's the other one? Here we go. In Korea, blowing your nose is rude, and blowing your nose at the table is perhaps the most disgusting thing ever. Drinking water happens only after a meal, and you shouldn't eat with your glasses on.
Wow.
I don't know, maybe it's the sauces?
Well, what's the country that if you're going to shake hands, you shake hands only with one hand because the other hand's used for something else?
You saw that in the movie with James Stewart.
Was it?
Yes. Italy.
Well,
Many restaurants in Italy Frown upon customers who want to take their leftover food to go. It's considered very rude and gluttonous to ask for a doggy bag because you don't have a dog.
Wigs, yeah, pretty much.
Not how we do it here in
You're
America.
not,
We like guards.
My mom used to say, cover your mouth when you burp. And so we'd said, okay, Mom. That's the way we would do it. And she couldn't get mad at us because my mouth is covered. Win.
Drinking tea in the United Kingdom practically requires a guidebook. It must brew to 3 to 4 minutes. Milk must be provided cold. When stirring, never touch the size of your cup with a spoon. That's why they gave Operation. They gave Operation.
Oh.
Yep.
To teach you
I
that,
still have PTSD
to teach you
from
that skill.
Have you guys ever been
So
to
wait,
a
wait.
formal high tea?
No.
No, I haven't. That sounds
We did one in
horrible.
China, of all places.
Did your grandpa ever read your tea leaves?
No, never had that.
My grandpa used to read my tea leaves.
Was he a
Do you
gypsy?
know what that means? Was he a gypsy?
No, and Peaky Blinders is what I'm watching.
No, it's not. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So when they would pour tea out of a teapot, there's always, so you go to a Chinese restaurant,
Yes.
right? And they used to have the towers of the food, right? And they used to pour tea and we'd drink tea, and there was always tea leaves in the bottom.
Yep.
So there was this, I think it was like a movie in the 50s or something. My grandfather used to say, "Oh, let me read your tea leaves here," and it was a form of fortune telling.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so never
Can we
leave the
go
tea
back
bag.
to the stirring thing? Did you see?
Uncle Orange, DG Bay.
You know me.
Naughty by nature.
Naughty by nature.
Yes. We don't
Is it
want to
really?
talk about what that really
OPP.
Oh,
the
Big
people's
Biz Show.
problems.
Barry's going down this path.
little op.
See you in a bit. I'm out of here. We have a brand new segment on the show called.
Oh, look at this graphic.
Wow. Got mail. Oh, we're getting sued for that. There you go. All right.
Okay, Sully.
Yeah. So read the screen there, Mary. What is it?
Sully, the Federal Reserve says interest rates are going to stay high due to inflation again. Are they ever going to go down like before, or were we just spoiled with low interest
actually a good
rates
question.
too long?
That's not how it works in the economy, in the U.S., unfortunately. Although it does work that way with taxes, and it does work that way oftentimes with regulations. For example, there's a federal excise tax when you buy tires, right? Okay, part of your taxes. Do you know what that federal excise tax was enacted in?
When?
World War I.
Wow.
No way, really?
Tax on rubber. Okay?
Okay.
They don't go away. However, interest rates don't work like that. Interest rates work, we're the highest interest rates we had in 23 years. We were at 0.
When were we at 0?
We were below 0.
Yeah.
2019? 2020?
Okay.
2020, we were below 0 right in 2020 with COVID. I mean, we're very close to it. Which means the discount window, that is the interest rate that the banks pay to borrow the money that they charge you. Even now, they're paying 5.25 to 5.5%. And you're paying, what are you paying your credit card if you carry a balance? 20 something?
It's
Right?
Yeah.
Car loans are, 3, 4, 5%.
Yeah, you don't
above
see zero.
above, you know.
Yep.
And so it's interesting that who was it in Boston? I forget. Or in Massachusetts? Jerry. So Jerry, here's how I feel about this. Although it's tempting to think that that rule goes into effect with everything, it doesn't go into effect with interest rates because the economy is so elastic that interest rates have to. Interest rates really for the Fed are a tool to either encourage spending or curb spending. Because one of their directives, as I said before, low interest rates, high employment, and stable pricing. And the stable pricing part of this thing, it's a good tool. So no, you will see them go down. I don't think you'll see them go. They'll be higher longer. You won't see them. I thought interest rates, honestly, were going to drop last fall. They won't drop until Q4 of this year, based upon this just incessant spending that we keep going on, and that comes from one thing. It's every time you pump money into a system. Going back to 1940, you see inflation follow, and it happened every single time. During COVID, we had to have a stimulus. We had to have a stimulus. I mean, you had to help the American people. And probably, I'm going to back the second one. The third one was ridiculous. It was just all it was going to do. Sure, it helped the public, but what did we do suddenly? We socked money away during COVID, paid off for credit cards during COVID, right?
Yep.
put some money and put some money towards retirement or whatever.
Toilet paper.
Then we get the next one.
Yeah.
Okay. Start spending money.
Big screen TV.
Then the next one came. Now I'm not talking about everybody.
Bigger screen
Listen, some
TV.
people are eating on this money.
Yeah.
I'm not suggesting, but I'm saying overall as an economy, you see what happened, and that's what put us in this. You know, we went from 0 to 2, and 2 is acceptable. We want to be at 2. 2 is a great interest rate to be at. Okay. Go from 2 to 4. Yeah. Went from 4 to 8.
Wow.
Okay. Just that fast.
So I have a question, not to get political, but this is an election year. So is that going to have any bearing on what
I
this
don't
looks
know.
like?
I think because you've gone through President Trump and President Biden, both tackling COVID. Neither one knew what they didn't know at the time. I can't blame Donald Trump for what he did, and I can't blame Joe Biden for what he did. I can tell you that Donald Trump was warned vigorously not to do a stimulus plan before they gave us our first checks. What he was trying, what the common thought was, let's get businesses to pull together. Just like when Donald Trump he took credit for a lot of things. The one thing he did do is he reduced corporate tax rates, caused a waterfall effect. He took credit for a lot of things after that, but one of the things companies did was give some of that money to their employees, which he took credit for. It had nothing to do with it. The thought was, let's get corporations to lower prices. Let's break even. Let's not, if you're at a loss, you're at a loss. But if you're at 20%, 30% margin, let's make it easier for the U.S. consumer rather than give them the stimulus. Okay, and that was going to be the pitch. Never happened. Got a stimulus because, of course, politically, what does a stimulus do? They're giving us money.
Exactly.
Right? Biden had to do it as well, I believe. Same thing, though. The third one, though, it was pretty clear from most economists that we shouldn't do this for the inflation reason. Now, do I think it's going to become the economy always does. I mean, overall, the economy stinks. I think part of that is policy of what's gone on. I think part of that's also just, and I'm an independent. So, do I like the economy under Trump better? Sure we did. Stocks were higher, we had more money. Do I like the economy under Biden? No. But I can't blame it all on the administration. So I don't think everybody thinks that way, though. I think you're going to see, we are so divisive at a 50-50 rate. I think this is going to be one of the closest elections you're ever going to see for a number of reasons, right or wrong. But I think money's going to come into it, and I think money's going to be front and center for the right for one reason, and it's going to be front and center or dodge.
Fear on both sides. So I'm wondering if that fear then bleeds into the market and all this.
Well, the market runs on fear and greed. I'm
Right.
100% certain of that.
Yeah.
But I think in terms of what's going on in the election, the economy is always going to run into this thing. I don't think that a Hail Mary where all of a sudden inflation goes down to 3% in the end of October is going to make a big difference. I think there's at that point then it wipes the economy off the table because nobody's going to go back and say, well, it's been really bad. I'm not going to vote for you. I think people actually look forward to what is going to make my life better next. And that's how I feel. Class dismissed?
No, well, yeah.
Here under the lesson.
That's great.
Here and can you name the movie? Untouchables.
Connery. Untouchables. Yes, of course.
Hey, I got
Here under the lesson.
What's with the Mahashka?
Same movie. Wait, what was your last question?
No, it's just, the three things that I think are going to steer this election are security for the country, obviously finance.
I think the number one thing
and
in
Roe
my
v.
mind
Wade
should be. See, those are in Roe v. Wade in the economy things. What it really should be, in my opinion, it should be who's going to be able to handle us in the world, defending us in the world. Okay, and I'll tell you who I'm not afraid of. I'm not afraid of Russia. Russia's one sanction away from being a third world country. Honestly.
Right.
Korea, okay. Korea is as fragile as can be. I'm not. And as far as China goes, are you going to kill your biggest client?
Oh, thank you.
You're going to kill your biggest
They're
client?
teetering on the brink at all times.
Those aren't the three.
No.
Who is?
I'm worried about the folks in the Middle East.
Yes.
Because they're developing stuff we don't even know they're developing.
Well, especially if somebody gets a nuclear bomb.
Right, so let's end the show like that. It's a happy
ending.
Armageddon.
Happy Monday. Hope you had a great weekend. And go on your merry little way. It's Hearts and Flowers here at the Big News Show. Thank you for that.
Buy that puppy.
Oh, one more thing. See you tomorrow.